Imagine being able to earn any amount of money you could wish for. It may seem like you can only dream about that, but today I will dispel this myth because if you look back at John D Rockefeller and how he made his $1 billion, you'll see that he followed the same pattern of making big money. This is because he once said, "The ability to make money in the right form is unshakable." Welcome to this financial channel. If you want to get wealthy but don't believe it, watch the video until the conclusion and decide for yourself. John Rockefeller was the first person in the world to be worth $1 billion. Rockefeller put in $2,000 toward the startup capital of his first business. Of these $1,200, Rockefeller only borrowed from his father. In 1937, when Rockefeller passed away, his fortune was estimated to be $1.4 billion. In today's facts, this would be equivalent to 318 billion when compared to the wealth of the wealthiest man in the world. Elon Musk is only estimated to be worth $219 billion. After studying the biography of John Rockefeller in greater detail, I realized that the secret to his financial success lies in just a few monetary skills. And while you're giving this video a thumbs up, I will reveal to you the essence of these skills. The most important of these skills is keeping track of your money. At the age of 7, Rockefeller made his first dollar working on a farm owned by a neighbor, where he helped collect potatoes and raise rabbits. After that, he took his mother's advice and made his first entry in the ledger, where he recorded everything down to the last cent, including how much money he received, for what, and how he spent it. Today, Rockefeller is one of the wealthiest people in the world. These historical equivalents of the present cash flow statement are one of the tools that are used to analyze the company's financial situation. John lived for 97 years until his passing. The future billionaire's father was a traveling salesman who traveled extensively across the nation. Because the mother of the family had to save money while the head of the household was away, she developed the habit of counting every penny, which she instilled in her children. Rockefeller biographers like to say that he grew up in a low-income family, but information on how much his father earned has not yet been found. Rockefeller chose to attend a commercial college instead of a university, even though his parents wanted him to major in accounting. When he graduated and began working as an assistant accountant, his bosses immediately recognized and valued his love of numbers. Rockefeller's eyes would always glow when he was given such assignments, because none of his co-workers liked to make changes to completed periods and projects. It is crucial to emphasize how strongly John was committed to financial literacy, and that it was his financial knowledge that served as the foundation for his future wealth. So, I advise you to focus on your personal financial education. Rockefeller's starting salary was $17 per month. From the second month, it was already $25. And a year later, he became a manager with a salary of $800 per year. Borrowing money should not make you nervous. Many business owners view borrowing money as a necessary evil that should be avoided whenever possible. Rockefeller's example demonstrates that they are not required to do so. If Rockefeller had not taken the amount missing to enter the business from his father, it is most likely that he would have worked all for his life for hire. Borrowed funds were a constant companion of Rockefeller's business. He preferred to sell shares to the next investor even when he had enough of his own funds. He also invested his own money, but he also kept some of it in reserve. Rockefeller's first business was a small transport company. In the first year, Rockefeller accepted orders for $500,000. The money to support them quickly became scarce, and Rockefeller owed a lot of money to his father, who gave him a loan as well as a 10 per year loan. It wasn't easy, but Rockefeller managed to do it. It is thought that only those who lack financial literacy are not afraid of loans. This is the difference between them. Rockefeller was always careful when it came to fulfilling his obligations, including the financial ones, no matter how difficult it was. And in the first years of doing business, he had a lot of challenges. In his memoir, How I Made $500 Million, Rockefeller describes how he would always find the right amount by the correct date. In other words, Rockefeller was never careless when it came to fulfilling his obligations. Rockefeller remembers how his father would come to his office at the most inconvenient times to make another loan installment and would demand that he wanted the money right away. Rockefeller himself finds it difficult to determine whether it was an accident or if his father purposely chose the dates for educational purposes. But either way, each lender, including his own father, received from him what they were owed when they were owed it over time. Banks would take Rockefeller at his word, giving him access to all of their savings, which was the best guarantee. For this reason, you should remember to keep an eye on your credit history and keep up with any changes. Every choice has a cost. When Rockefeller borrowed money, he always considered when and how much he would have to pay back, how he would return it, and how much he would earn on borrowed funds. If he invested his own money, he calculated when and how much he would multiply it. As a result, Rockefeller was able to borrow without fear and frequently fulfill his obligations. Millions of dollars were invested in Rockefeller's businesses. Rockefeller did not forgo the investment if it resulted in a rise in production of a decrease in costs that increased earnings. Rockefeller was the first in the United States to stop transporting oil in wooden barrels or horses and to start transporting oil in tanks by rail, driving entire trains across the country. It was he who stopped saving on the safety of refineries when he assessed the damage caused by constant fires, and the first American refineries were literally sheds. The oil men believed that oil is a profitable business, but that soon will all be pumped out, and therefore they did not see the point. Rockefeller initially just gave the railroad the necessary railway stations for free, but this along with the volume of transportation became an argument for lowering the tariff and allowed Rockefeller to transport oil by rail, which was 3 times cheaper than his competitors. Rockefeller also owned several iron mines when he started to export oil, and he also equipped the necessary railway stations at his own expense. In the world of finance, there are certain truths that have long since gone mainstream and are guaranteed to make a lot of people rich. In such cases, Rockefeller said, "Okay, I will invest the money alone, but all the profits will be mine too." Subscribe today and prosper. Leave this video a thumbs up and remember to always make good choices. See you in the next video.